Alright, let's do a good one today. So what you're looking at here is GUNNAIL by NMK. People love to toss the word rare around and blah blah blah, oh my god, blah blah blah. Though honestly, this is actually a legitimately rare arcade game. This one is one I've been wanting for a long time. It took me a long time to find, and finally I've acquired it. You can see my PCB is not in the best shape, but she works just fine. So yeah, this is you can see NMK wasn't exactly the most prolific company. Just about all the chips on here are Gold Star, and no offense Korea, but your electronics suck, especially back in the early 90s. Yeah, lots of Gold Star chips as well as the real NMK chips. And I'm far from an expert, but I believe this is somewhat based on Tecmo hardware. At least this game was distributed by Tecmo. NMK, most of their games were distributed by other companies. They were a pretty small developer. They're due to the popularity of the Neo Geo, I'd say Operation Ragnarok, aka Z-Blade, is probably their most well-known these days, but some of their older games like Thunder Dragon, and in recent years it seems like Hacha Mecha Fighters become popular, but in general NMK was not a company that I think most people saw in the arcades, especially like in the US, but great little company that did some crazy stuff. So I'm very happy to have this board, and let's switch it on, shall we? Oh, before we do that, one thing that I was very happy about was the music, which you'll hear in a minute. The game itself is fully playable in MAME and your usual emulators, but last time I checked anyway, the sound and the music was still like totally broken. The music is just not emulated properly yet, which is a shame. NMK is very much an in-your-face kind of company, and that's pretty much what this one does. So let's flick this on. Yeah, this game doesn't really like much. Alright, get ready to rock here. Hell yeah! I love that music. No nonsense, in your face power. Interesting thing to note. So as you can see at your, when you first look at it, it looks like your typical standard, vertical shooter. Instead of lives, you have shields. Though in a sense, it's sort of the same thing. Once you only have one life. When all your shields go, it's game over. Once it gets back to the title screen, there's something a little unexpected. If you notice, my board says copyright 1992, which, the main version actually says copyright 1993. So this is apparently, as far as I know, an undumped ROM revision, which is also kind of neat. Alright. Now this game, to start off with, I'm just going to play through the first, few levels. I'm just going to credit feed my way through, because this game is really tough. You move fairly slowly, which is fairly typical for, games of this time. And, blue is your basic spread, red is your homing, purple is your laser of doom. You see up in the top corner, it has the level, which is your power-up level. 10 is the max. Now, as you can see, just about all the shots in this game are aimed directly at you. You also move fairly slowly, not like slug slowly, but the bullets move significantly faster than you do. This is very much an old school, in-your-face, you know, kind of shooter. A lot of the more, you know, the modern day shooter fans that like their, you know, bullet hells and their, you know, girls with dicks shoved in their ears, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, you might not like this one at first, but as I said, this is going to be like a. Right now, I'm just going to show you the, you know, just the game itself, and then I'll actually show you what makes this game fun. It's hard to talk and really play this game, so. And, you know, there are like there's pretty much like no videos of this game whatsoever. You know, there's like a few at the first stage, but they're all for emulation, so you can't even get the music. This game does, thankfully, have a sound test, a proper sound test, so I will be uploading the music, you know, soon. But yeah, as you can see, you know, it's your basic shots aimed at you, so just small movements, so even though you move slowly, it's really not that big of a deal. Like any, you know, game, though, some memorization and practice helps. Especially like at this spot. Oops, I got hit there. Yeah, it's for 1992. Everything's nice and big. NMK typically like to, you know, stick with darker colors. And it was just kind of their thing, and I really like their style in general. Just nice detailed stuff everywhere. Lots of stuff that goes boom. Get that laser. Alright. Stage 2 boss, which he's easy, but very easy to mess up on. Since you do move kind of slowly, you know, it's like this pattern is really not that hard, but if you hesitate, you know, too long, or, yeah, see right there? It's not that hard to get through that, but you pretty much just have one chance to get through without screwing up. Also, if you've noticed, your little pod things tend to follow you around. If you hold, you know, if you hold up or back on the stick, you can move them fully in front, which gives you, you know, a more focused attack than leaving them on the sides. This is the first of the super acceleration stages. The game has 8 stages, and there's 2 of these, which you pick up these speed power-ups to, you know, make the game go really, really fast. It also doubles your score multiplier. Now, the scoring system is what makes this game fucking awesome, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. I mainly just want to get up to stage 5 at least, to show a bit more of the game. But yeah, as you notice, there's that big giant timer on the top of the screen. When that runs out, this level ends no matter where you are, and you go to the next. So you really need to grab these super acceleration things, which not only allow you to get to like the boss here, but it also, you know, when one's active, it doubles your score, so this guy's gonna drop 2. And then once you make it to the end like this, as you can see, all this, the game just gives you power-ups like crazy. Which you can just, you know, stock up until you run out of time. As you'll notice, now that my shield's empty, it's gonna start beeping until, you know, I get killed. So yeah, this is stage 4. So yeah, there's 2 of those high-speed stages, which is a little nice variety. Get some extra points. Some people might find the beeping annoying, but it really, I don't know, I've heard worse. Oh, that's a game over. And I'm just gonna credit feed, because, just show a bit more of the game. This is when things start to get a lot more challenging. You really gotta have these enemy patterns kind of memorized and this giant ass laser. Bomb effect's kind of cool too. Besides just getting the giant explosion, it actually warps the screen a little bit. Kind of a neat effect. Alright, this boss is kind of cheap, because, if you're down at the bottom of the screen, you're going to get hit by him. You have to dodge him when he comes up like that. Though as long as you're not hugging the bottom of the screen, you got plenty of time to dodge it. He's pretty slow when he pops out. This is a boss I really need more practice on. He drops these stupid things. Ah! Continuing in this game does not reset your score, but it does add that one extra point to the end, so you do know. Now if you notice, I just hit the first extend, which, when you hit an extend in this game, it fully refills your shields completely, as well as giving you an additional one. So now I have 5. Now you're probably wondering what how the scoring system works, because that's what really makes this game fucking awesome. Which I'll get into now. I just basically wanted to get to stage 5 here, just to, so you could see it, because I think the stage looks really cool. It's just tons of gears, as you can see. It's a nice, nice parallax, multiple levels here, plus you've got, some really crazy, the gears are not just parallax, and they're all animated, they're rotating, and in my opinion, it's just a cool looking level. But, alright, so now that you've seen this level, we're gonna just get game over and go back to the start. Alright, so, I think this game, the reason that this game, I absolutely love it now, when I first started playing, I was like, it's a decent vertical shooter, but it's nothing special. Well, once I figured out how to really play this game, it just got so much better. Now, if you notice, my score there was like 57,000. Well, I can get more than that in the first level now that I know how. This game is, in a way, if you like, Rising, stuff like Battle Garega, or, in more recent years, Ibarra, where you basically want to kill yourself as much as possible. This is one of those kind of games. This game encourages you to go full-on suicidal. How the score system works is your multiplier is directly related to your shields. When you are at full shields, everything is just times 1. It's worth, everything's worth their normal points. You lose 1, it goes up to times 2. You lose 3, well guess what? Everything is now 3 times more than normal. And on top of that, the game rewards you for doing this with the bosses. Like, for example, if you go against a boss, he hits you a couple times, you get down to your last shield and you beat him, you get times 3. But if you beat him, the game keeps track of when you actually go against a boss. Meaning, if you're at 0 shields before the music changes and he comes out, and you manage to beat him without dying, well, guess what? It adds an extra 0 to that digit, meaning you get times 30. But as you get the extends, the numbers keep going up. See, when you get that first extend, you have 4 shields. Well, guess what? If you go against a boss with the 4 shields completely empty and manage to not die, you get times 50. Get another one, it goes up to times 100. And it just keeps getting fucking higher and higher. So, now I'm going to see. But of course, you only do get 2 extends in this game. Alright, so now I'm actually going to stop talking and play this, you know, how you're supposed to do it. Hit me. Hit me again. Oops, you want to do that yet? Hit me. Alright. See, now everything is worth times 3. Plus, as you take damage, you actually level up faster too, so I'm already at max power. Which makes killing things significantly quicker as well. Alright, so since I'm already at 0 shields before the boss music changed, if I take him out, you know, without getting killed, he's going to give me the max I can get at this point at times 30. There we go. Boom, times 30, and look, I'm already at almost my high score from the last game. I already got the first extend. And yeah, I've already broken my high score. I played through to stage 5, and I already have a higher score on the first stage. So, let's do this again. So, you see, I've already got all my health back, but now, since I've got 4 of these, notice everything is now times 5 now that I'm at empty shields with this power. Yeah, the bullets are white. Oops. There, I don't want to die. The bullets are quite fast, so you gotta keep on your toes, but this little fucker is trying to shoot me in the back. Alright, so I was at 0 when he comes out. Got 3 bombs, so as soon as there's no real penalty for bombing. I mean, you get points for keeping them from stages, but they're not. It's not that big. Oops, fucked that one up. Messed that up too. There we go. Times 50. And look at my score. I'm already at 17. When that hits 20, guess what? I get the next extend, which refills me completely and gives me the opportunity to get even higher scores. But since everything's worth at times 5, this level, you know, I get this speed up thing and it doubles again. Oops. Totally missed it. That was dumb. That's gonna hurt too, because that's gonna lower my score potential here. Yeah, now everything, you know, when I got this activated, it's all worth plus 10. So, I think you can kind of see what makes this game so ridiculously fun. it just encourages you to smash into everything in sight. Go for the absolute, you know. Go for absolute broke and maximize points. Damn it! Screwed that up. But yeah, so I get 3 times a higher score in 2 stages by going balls deep. This game is in your face, go balls deep. So I mean, definitely if you like, you know, rising stuff, you'll like this. But I honestly even prefer this, because the thing of the rising games is, you know, it encourages you to kill yourself mostly to fight the rank. You know, like in Battle Garega, you have to kill yourself in order to keep the rank at imaginable levels so you can get those medals and get those points. This game does not have rank at all. It doesn't matter how good you're doing or how bad you're doing. There is no rank. So the only reason to kill yourself is just to keep that multiplayer up. It just totally rewards you for score. It's not, you know, in Garega where you keep going and then it's like, well, it's getting too hard. Let's kill myself to get the rank down whenever I want to. Here, the whole incentive is to just stay at 1 hit and you're dead the whole time and keep getting that multiplayer up. And it's just, this game has really won me over. Unfortunately, as I said, this one is really rare. This is not an easy game to find. If you do find one for sale, it'll cost you. And yeah, I spent a good chunk of cash on this one, I'll admit. But very glad I did. It's once the scoring system grabs hold of you, it makes it incredibly fun. Because the reward is just so huge, you know. When I went from that moment of where I get through like halfway through the game and have like not even hit like the first extend from playing defensively, and then you can go and get a higher score on the very first level just by, you know, grabbing your balls and squeezing. So yeah, if you somehow ever get a chance to get a hold of one of these, definitely do it. I mean, it is fully playable in MAME, but the music's totally broken and it kind of sounds like ass. So, I couldn't stand it. But yeah, nice graphics, nice music, wonderful, wonderful gameplay. You know, it's definitely an older style shooter, but it's aged wonderfully. As usual, NMK is awesome. Will warn you though, not only is this a rare PCB, but it's also a temperamental one. You know, since I can't really make videos of my cab, and this is a vertical game, I've got it running through actually the XRGB2 Plus. This one will work in all the XRGB units, which is nice. But be aware though, if you're not using, you know, like standard RGB, this game does have encoders don't like it. Like I'm running the sound for the TV actually right now. If I plug in the composite from the Super Gun, yeah, you'll notice the TV can't handle it. The TV cannot take the sync rate. If I directly plug in the RGB to the TV, it does work just fine, but of course I'm not going to rotate my 29-inch CRT. It weighs about 100 pounds. Fuck that. But, 1992. So yeah, awesome game. You definitely need to be able to take RGB at some way in order to use it. I've also heard it can be a little picky with voltage settings, but I haven't had that issue personally, but you know, I'm using real arcade. power supplies. But if you somehow ever get a chance to get a hold of this one, it's totally worth it. Amazing game. Yeah. NMK always pleases. Their stuff is just good. So yeah, hope you like this one, and next thing is gonna be the music test. So you can actually, because I like the music in this one too. Alright, enough ranting. See you later.